Hey guys, THUNDERSTUD here, and it's finally time to get right back to Elemental Sabers. We're back fully unlocked, even with Invoked. Using old school meta, top tier, used to be so good it was limited into the ground. E-Sabers and Invoked. Now, we're not doing anything too fancy. I'm going for a more aggro version with Cosmic Cyclones and Concentrating Currents. If you want to play them another way, you can just add more traps, replace these with more traps, and you're just as good to go. I like more aggro duels most of the time. Speaking of such, you should probably play some sort of Link monster. I'm playing a first turn play in a Dreadnought Quan combo, but you should probably play Links because usually you're going to want at least one of your E's and your Invoker in the graveyard to make full plays. So I would say some Link monsters would benefit here very well. But other than that, it's the same old shenanigans we're up to back in 2019 with Invoked E-Sabers. Really glad to see Invoked back. He's going to be everywhere, even with the new Evil Swords. He should be very good in that deck. I really can't wait. There's all sorts to do with him. E-Sabers, maybe try Impure. I'm not so sure. They kind of need Invoked for the firepower. Other than that, they're just Malu being chain disrupts with some Cosmic Cyclones, guys. So, it's not going to be a tier 1 deck again. There's just no way. I don't think any Invoked will. Maybe Invoked Neos can make some sort of comeback. That's going to be really interesting to see. But other than that, hope you guys enjoy the replays and enjoy the new ban list being here. And thanks for watching. Alright, here we are facing a U-Saber going second. Shay's looking a little edgier than you say. Even if he's going to show us our eyes, we'll show him our eyes. He is Synchron though. He's got a Junk Converter, throws another Junk Converter, and a Jet Synchron to search the Junk Synchron. So he's for sure Synchrons. Generic play of Junk Warrior. Cool little cutscenes. I miss it. This deck is a lot of fun to play. I'm not sure if it's got the chops because it has virtually no defensive capabilities, but you can really sucker punch some decks. It's just unfortunate for him, he has to go first here. So doing the best first turn play I'm sure his deck can really turn out here with the Stardust. And then once you get the Stardust, you're able to use the skill. But we have a little surprise here for him with our Molehue. Now the Palace should have gave him a clue to run away. Here he's going to try to use the Formula Synchron, but we're going to be able to throw out Malo, flip Stardust Dragon face down, and then we can destroy his little Formula Synchron with no big bad synchros going off. Now he's got some sort of room for a Buster Whelp and a Buster Blader, so forget what I said about him being for sure Synchrons. He's going to use a Jet Synchron to hop on out. He's going to Tribute to bring out a Buster Blader. Molehue's going to flip down the Stardust Dragon. That way we have options if we need to do some sort of target destruct, which I don't think we have at all. But just to be safe, here he steals our Molehue with this Buster Blader, so I can't let that be. We'd rather banish him and be in the hands of the enemy. Now we get Alistair the Invoked. Invocation, we have a natural Malo in the grave, so we don't have to do any Elemental Saber changes there or anything. Here comes Purgatrio. We see a 0 defense monster. We add the Alistair to our hand. We're at 31k. 0 defense monster, Alistair in hand. You do the math. 4.3, and the boy is finished. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a Playmaker. We're going first. Life point boost. I think this duel, I think we just dunk on this guy with Mirror Force this duel. I think that's all this is. Really, let's see. We set La Paula, however you say that. Cosmic Cyclone Mirror Force. He's using Enchanting Fitting Room. He gets a normal monster at the very end. That's what he needed to actually make that card do something other than hurt your life points. Goes into a World Chalice monster. Brings out a second World Chalice monster. Now here comes the third, or I guess the fourth, with the one in the graveyard. Synchro into a fifth. That's the Blade Master. It's a lot of work. Just to get dunked on by a Mirror Force, guys. Isn't that so Yu-Gi-Oh? Like, this has been happening in Yu-Gi-Oh! Since the dawn of time. People just super overextending into a Mirror Force. It's crazy. Here it goes. Goodbye, my friends. They even got the special animation for it. Now we get to just fight at our leisure. We already have an Alistair follow-up. We top deck Invocation. Obviously that is not good. Now this is where I'm saying you may want a Link monster, because here we would need to Link to get both of those cards in the graveyard. That way we can actually do some Alistair invocations. Now he has a fire monster, so in this special instance we wouldn't have needed our E-Saber in the graveyard, but generally you will. So we went with Dreadnought because this is an excellent play on top of that. But there's going to be a lot of times where you need a Link monster. At least just like one Phoenix or something I think would be perfect. Maybe keep the Quan, Dreadnought plays, get rid of, I'm running Hand, you probably would run Malevolent Sin, but get rid of that for probably a Phoenix. Here this guy's got an Enchanting Fitting Room again. This one's gonna miss for good though. Quan's still out there. Quan's gonna hit the boy, return it to the deck because Quan had so much. And then he finishes with the scoop. Great stuff here. Alright, here we are facing a Yuma and Astral. We're going first. I think this is a pretty long duel. Well, maybe 6 or 7 turns. I guess that's not too long. He's using that Super Saiyan skill. I still have never really dived deep down into that skill. And I love XCs too. I was just never into the Utopic XCs. Too crazy. Virtually all other XCs I love though. Except these Rapid Raptors. I will do them. I will do Crusadia just to revisit Mech Knights, but I'm not too excited about it, as you can probably tell by all these other decks I'm doing. Now he brings out a Utopic, we hit him with the Molehue, we get rid of his Bottomless Trap Hole with a Cosmic Cyclone, we're ready to go. We normal summon the Alistair, that's going to search our invocation, obviously. We're going to invocate because we have a Malo in hand. We're going to be able to use him twice. We get to keep the Molehue. Everything's going great. Add our boy back to our hand. Can we finish him here if we were to use our Alistair? But wait, we had to search the Molehue, so we skipped the battle phase, so he does get to continue. He's got 3 monsters out. He's going to swap for a 4th one differently. He was able to use it as a 4 though. Goes into a Utopia. Going to get a cutscene of this Utopia, even though he's using a different art card. So here comes the Utopia. Cool little monster. He gets an effect because of the monster he used as material. Well, we're gonna Molehue him all the same. Now he's got Gaga Coat to continue the plays. Thank goodness he didn't have anything to go with this Utopic to summon from his hand or something. Could have been a little further, but all we have to do is deal with 1 Utopia. Now he made our 0 by that inherited Utopia effect. We already have our Invoke though, so we're ready to go. We're going Molehue again, flip all his monsters face down. There's Alistair. Invocation to hand. And clap time. We switch 1 to water, so Palace gives us a little more attack. Banish our own Purgatrio. 3,700, that's bananas considering he only has 2,000 life points left. We can really just swing into anything with these 2 cards, but we're going to swing really big. I think we get up to 8,000 attack or something here. 8,500 over a little Utopic monster once again. 7,000 damage. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are versus Atea going first. This is definitely a first turn deck, even though I play it aggro, so that way we can lean on everything, we can do it all. We can have competent first turn plays with Molehue, and we can use Cosmic Cyclones to avoid all that disruption. Also, that's why we run 2 Lapaluia, or Lapalia? How do you say that word, guys? But anyway, we throw away Malo to flip his monster face down, set a Cosmic Cyclone. We're going to flip ourselves face down and flip us face up. That way we're getting even stronger from Lords. There's, I want to say Lapia, but it's Lapulia. But it's not Leah because the I is before the L. It's really hard to say. So here he's trying to use a Book of Secrets. We're going to negate it with Lapau. So he brings out a Tricky. We're gonna Mirror Force the boy. No problem. He scoops out to the Mirror Force. Obviously, Mirror Force is super OP, even at 1. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a Leo. Don't really see that opponent all too often. He's full of or I guess Teo's not really a Magician Girl. Dark Magician Girl and Teo over there. Showed us skill of Grit. Now we have Palace. Oh, he's Infernoids. We have Palace, we have Punching Current, we have Mirror Force, we have Earth Girl and Aina. We're going to hit his Feast. Then play our Lords. Now Aina does a special summon, so we have to search the Malu. She's not super useful to us. Malu is super useful to us. We set a Concentrating Current in the Mirror Force, and we are off to the races now. He's going to Dark Hole Malu. That is not good. Why are we still going to use Malu's effect? Just to get our graveyard going a little bit. Now we have Fire in there. Boy's still going to be destroyed. It's going to help Palace get nice and buff. But here, look, he's going to destroy all our spell cards. So this is going to be a really dicey duel. But we don't need much to beat him, and there's all we need. We get the Invoker. Good old Alistair. Great to see you back. He's going to discard to destroy our Alistair. Now we're both in pure top deck mode. He has no resources in his graveyard, so it's got to be that top deck. He can't do anything with it. We get a fantastic top deck in Molehue, I should say, because we do have an E-Saber in our hand, which is going to let us flip that boy face down because he could have popped a face up. Now we get a Cosmic Cyclone to hit the back row. We're really just going off. Feast is gone. Pure top deck mode once again, but we don't have Molehue's effect. Here he's uses Vanishment, but that can't really do anything. He can just activate because it's a continuous spell or trap card. So yeah, love this deck, guys. Love Invoked. Usually, generally, just the Invoked element is what really attracts me to it. E-Sabers are okay. They are just tailor-made for Invoked. So I'm using Life Point Boost here. That's just to use a generic skill to level up my Shade. Generally, people are going to use Destiny Draw. But I mean, Destiny Draw is the king of all just generic skills, which aren't in a very good state. It's all about skills that carry decks and then get nerfed into the ground. Generic skills just aren't really a thing anymore. But yeah, great ban list. Hope you guys are enjoying it, and thanks for watching.